Some guy is attacking Shun's company, and Jenny Hackett is back acting really sus. I am Haru Ren. Welcome to my review of episode 10 of Evolution. So, spoiler warning, if you haven't seen this episode yet, go back and watch it now. But if you have, sit back, relax, and enjoy my review of Evolutions episode 10. The first part is the Mysterious Marauder. Masato calls Shun to let him know that the Kazami Company gate card production plant has been under attack for a month by a mysterious attacker, and Masato suspects a rival company, Jansen Tech.
And he's been aggressively buying out companies related to us, since the value of their stock has been steadily climbing ever since the attacks began.
Now this is actually a very accurate representation of business warfare, buying out shares of associated companies to hurt the stock of the rival company, and also if he is behind the attacks, destroying plants would hurt the bottom dollars so the stock would drop more. Eventually each share cost would be so low he would eventually buy a majority share of Kazami Holdings. Believe it or not, Shun's company is in even more danger of a takeover than people realize. This is pretty much edging out the competition because the attacks and buyouts also managed to increase Jansen Tech's stock value, and because Masato and Shun's dad are prominent members of the company, they cannot get involved with accusing and investigating people without causing a major scandal or even a lawsuit. So Masato gets Shun to investigate the attacks. The episode title is a little weird though. A marauder, by definition, is a person that is involved in looting, piracy, or theft, but all they've been doing is attacking the plant and pretty much causing property damage. They're not known to have been taking anything. Should be called the Mysterious Vandal, but I guess they wanted to sound as edgy as possible to gauge interest. So Shun and Toshi go to the attack facility to investigate, and Hydorous suggests a Bakugan is the only one that can cause this amount of property damage in short time. So Shun and Toshi stake out the facility with the Baku radar that Winston invented, and discover that it's an invisible Bakugan doing the damage. So I guess that Pharol is not the only one who can turn invisible now? Shun manages to find the Aquos Maxodon that was invisible, and it's some random guy that just has no name and is just uninteresting, but apparently has a device that shields Maxodon and is passing it off as Tusk Guard. I honestly barely enjoyed watching this fight. Shun has been focused on breaking through quote-unquote Tusk Guard and cannot see that that guy is using a device to shield Maxodon. The device does not play a factor in this fight. Like, Shun never figured out him faking Tusk Guard as being done by a device and instead goes for speed mode to beat the Tusk Guard cooldown. He never looked more careful to realize the guy is faking it with some device, but still got to hand it to Shun though because he uses his natural deduction ability to win even if Tusk Guard is real. But yeah, the device here plays no factor into the story of the fight. Shun doesn't figure out that he's using it. They don't have this guy complain that it's not faster than speed mode. All style, no substance, and it bothered me every time I saw it. After Shun beats the guy and has him arrested, Shun figures out the guy works for Sun 17 Security, a company owned by none other than, you guessed it, Jansen Tech. And I do like that this story continues on instead of being resolved right away. The guy working for a company owned by the accused company is not enough evidence to implicate anyone, but it does make it more suspicious, and ending this part with a soundtrack at the end means all the more hype to find out more and establishing the threat Ted Jansen is to Shun's company. I think Ted here is probably the most competent guy to ever go after Shun's company, and I'm all for this story going on. So the next part is Suspicious Hackett. Ajit and Pharol are walking while Ajit is playing a game on his phone.
Ajit, please stop playing that game so we can go.
Where exactly are you going? And you guys are walking while playing anyway. That's a safety hazard, by the way, so what gives? Ajit's battery died, and when he finally regains his attention span, he sees Hackett and overhears her talking on the phone saying stuff about legendary power and some invention, but before Ajit can follow her, she disappears. Honestly, if I heard her saying very suspicious things like that without any context given her past history, I would be suspicious too. And really, why is Hackett talking like that? That's going to get you tackled by TSA if you spoke like that at the airport. Skipping ahead, I know she's not actually doing what she says she's doing, but she somehow makes it sound like she's got the ego of Hideo Kojima. Ajit says that he's going to find proof that Jenny is up to no good, and he just stalks her everywhere. Jenny picks up a briefcase from a chemical lab that is apparently very dangerous.
With this, we'll be able to conquer the entire world!
See, this is things that is blatantly obvious that the audience is supposed to be on Ajit's side. This is literally classic television suspicion. The one that is being suspected makes unnatural, out-of-context statements like, kill them all, or I'll conquer the world, and we're supposed to believe to be true, but turns out it's not. This is just classic fun to try and capitalize on audience hero complex. Wait a minute, is that an Apple store?
Suspicious. Really suspicious.
Okay, Jenny going to buy an iPad and eating lunch being suspicious, Ajit is really just reaching at this point. So Ajit follows Jenny back to the academy and confronts her.
then I will do whatever I have to stop your plans and keep you from causing any more trouble.
If you insist, then I'll happily take you on.
Jenny clearly heard Ajit say that he thinks Jenny is up to no good, but she doesn't even deny it and just goes along with it and challenging Ajit to a brawl. Later, she actually outright admits to trying to conquer the world, but it's really she's answering them in a different context as we find out later. Faustus catches them battling and just obliterates everyone with wrath to defuse the situation. Jenny reveals she is building an unlimited battery for Crystal Blue's phone in order for them to grind on a mobile game, the same game Ajit was playing apparently at the beginning, and she's developing the battery so they won't have the same problem Ajit had when he was playing, which is dying in the middle of it. Man, a high-capacity battery for smartphones? Jenny could make a fortune selling those. And Faustus reveals Jenny and Crystal Blue have enrolled in the academy, much to the dismay of the Awesome Brawlers. So that was Evolutions episode 10. Let me know what your rating of the show was in the comments down below. This episode was alright, nothing really so groundbreaking. We got a pretty decent side story regarding Shun's company started up. The villain of that story seems pretty cool that I'm interested to know what they'll do next. And while the Hackett episode seems a little filler, it was still goofy but decent entertainment that I guess played with the audience's minds a little bit. The battles, while they were cool, were pretty uneventful. Overall, nothing really too big. I would still recommend giving this episode a watch, but you probably wouldn't be too confused later if you missed it. So, I'll get this episode a high nanogun in the middle. Thank you for watching this review of Evolutions. Be sure to press the like button and give us a subscribe for more awesome Bakugan content. I've been Haru Ren, and thank God for Rapid Fire. Bye!